Hello viewers, this is me your host Krishika Singh and you are watching me on One World News. In today's talk, we will be talking to Mr. Nitin Desai. He is from teaching profession, so stay tuned with me if you want to explore innovative ideas and strategies for better future. So first of all, sir, tell us something about yourself.
My name is Nitin Desai and I am a school teacher. My subject is social science, and at Pune I am teaching to the 6th and 7th class. And currently I have done one module which is very important for the country. It's based over employment. That module will generate a million number of employment in the market and will decrease the unemployment and poverty of our country. I'm in the search of the client industrialist who will wish and want to apply it in their organization. Once it will fit in one organization, then within a market it will be spread out very mass level.
How do you think the proposed 4-shift system would impact your current operations and productivity?
Currently, people are working in 2 or 3 shifts. Their working hours are more than 8 hours. And in my module, working hours are 5 hours and 30 minutes. So obviously, if one shift will increase, then the number of employment will rise.
Are you open to adjusting your shift timings to the accommodate proposed schedule?
Yes, sure. Because dealing with less working hour and giving the maximum productivity will be the best deal for employer as well as for an employee. We'll get the maximum output from the employee, and from employee point of view, if the time is short, then they will work enthusiastically.
Are you interested in increasing employment opportunities within your organization, and if so, how many new positions do you envision creating?
Look, this module will make a diversification and specialization of work. This will increase the diversification and specialization. Maximum employee will be specialized in their work. And as I told you, if the one shift will increase in employment schedule, nearby 25% job will increase in market.
How do you think the proposed shift timings would impact your ability to attract and retain employees?
My module fix the job duration for 2 years. It will give the security to the employee that my job is secure for 2 years at least. My job is secure for 2 years, so he will encourage to give his best performance. And for employer point of view, he will analyze and monitor the employee that this employee will be capable for my organization future or not, and how much employer will try to also get maximum output from all the employees.
Do you agree that 2 employees working 10 hours can be more productive than 1 employee working a traditional shift?
Any person can give his maximum best performance within 5 hours. Maximum for 5 hours, that person can give his highest output. I am not telling this. This is the report of World Health Organization. Okay. And for the country, for the overpopulated country like India, this report matters a lot.
How do you currently measure productivity and efficiency within your organization, and how would you evaluate the success of the proposed shift timings?
Currently, daily more than 8 hours people are working, and according to the survey, their traveling time is also 1 hour. So daily, on average, 1 hour they are traveling for going to the employment place and coming from that employment place. So 9 hours in a day, they'll travel and work continuously. Compared to that, in my shift, total traveling and working hours are maximum 7 hours. If the less working hours will there, then their energy will be refreshed and they can work personal and work balance life.
What would be the biggest challenge in implementing the proposed 4-shift system, and how would you address it?
First thing, government useful efforts are necessary there. They should continuously monitor that it is actually applying on a ground level or not. Second, if you will apply this module for the people, for the market, we will give you some special tax benefits or exemptions.
How do you currently measure employee productivity, and what strategies do you use to improve it?
Currently, the employee productivity is counted based on the long working hours, for how much hour that employee is working. And only 1 week you can, if the time span is big, 8 hours or more than 8 hours, the time span is long, and obviously 1 employee and 1 output. In my module, within 10 hours, 2 employees will work because of replacing fresh manpower. Obviously, the productivity and output of that employment will be higher compared to present employability.
Are you interested in implementing training programs to enhance employee skills and expertise?
See, there are 6 working days. So 2 days in a week, if employer will organize and arrange the training program for 2 hours, 2 days, and for 2 hours on that day. Then employee will definitely learn new skills. They will update their work quality as well as they'll expertise their skill.
How do you prioritize employee well-being and work-life balance within your organization?
If the employees will work less working hours, then they will work willingly instead of forcefully. Along with the work, they'll give the time to their families, liking, and other things in a life.
Okay.
And any well-prepared employee is an asset of organization.
Okay.
And he will be long-term, he can contribute long-term as well as much as he can.
What strategies do you currently use to optimize production cost and maximize net profit?
In my module, there is, along with the working hours, salary level is also mentioned. Minimum salary will be 15,000. For entry level, 15 to 25,000 is the first level.
Okay.
For mid-level employee, 26 to 40,000 is the salary range.
Okay.
And for higher level employee, 41 to 50,000 is the salary range. This will be their gross salary.
Okay.
For 2 years. So minimum 15, maximum 25, the first level, entry level will get. Minimum 26, maximum 40, mid-level employees will get. For at the in their last year, from their starting work year till to the last year. And for top management, 41 to 50,000 per month will be the salary level. So this salary level will save the labor cost of the employer. Second thing, because of higher productivity, employer will have an extra stock of the goods and product. If sudden demand will come from customer, surplus demand will come from customer, employer is able to fulfill that on the time. And the third and last thing will be less working hours. See, if my boss will tell me that you can do this work in 2 hours, after that you are free to go at your home. So I will give my best to complete that work within 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I'll make sure that that will finish before 2 hours.
Are you interested in exploring alternative revenue streams such as canteen facilities or other services?
If 100 or more than 100 employees are there in any organization, from security to top management, more than 100, then it will be very beneficial for employer. Like where I am working, that is a school of army school, but it is run by the organization. But the army people have a canteen facility. If employer will also start canteen facility for those employees, then those employees will purchase the grocery and other necessary things by the card which is issued by the employer to them, and the amount of that grocery and other necessary things will be deducted from the salary of employees, and that alternatively that income will goes to the employer. In other hand, it will save the valuable time, effort and burden from the employees, and their actual purchasing power will be rise. They'll save more money because compared to market, that employer will give the all products in a very less rate as well as at one place. So after they'll finish their shift, they can collect a grocery and other necessary things and went to their home. In other hand, employer will also have a fixed revenue source for him before his product will go to the market. From alternative source, cash income will become in the hand of employer.
How do you currently evaluate the effectiveness of cost-saving measures and revenue growth initiatives?
See, there are, as I told you in my employment deviation module, I already presented the fixed salary level. If the salary is fixed, then employer have an idea that maximum how much he have to spend on labor cost for 2 years. So his labor cost will not affected. That will be fixed and that will be decreased compared to other employers. And second thing, after an year, based on the evaluation of the performance of employer can give the increment to employees. Average for all the people, 8% of their annual salary. Little bit best performer, 2 to 3% more increment to them. above 8%. For outstanding performers, 6 to 8% more. So it will fix the structure of labor cost for him, and other all benefits will be transferred to the account of employer.
Are you interested in increasing employment opportunities within an organization? And if so, how many new positions do you envision creating?
As I told you already, minimum 25% employment will increase.
Okay.
How do you think your organization can contribute to the overall economic development of the country?
First thing, in our country, this deviation module will do the create the equal opportunity for employment. Why there is a unemployment in our country? Because opportunities are not equal for everyone. Opportunities are very less and candidates are very mass. So this my employment module will create a mass opportunities. Second, fair decentralization of wealth. That means before the 1 year, one French institution is there, Oxfam. It has already told that India's 1% people, top 1% people have more than 50% property, 50% wealth of the country. So my employment will decentralize the wealth in the hand of maximum number of population. And second thing, it will make our domestic market strong, because no customer, no market. That is the rule of economy. If we want to run the economy, we have to get the maximum customers or consumers. And these employers and these employers and as well as the people depend on those these employees, as well as the people depend on those employees will be the customer of this market. If employment will rise, obviously in the market, customer and consumer numbers will also rise, and this will be beneficial for country. And finally, because of less working hours and continuously expertise in it, employer can easily adopt the new skill set changes as well as the technologies according to the timeline.
Are you interested in exploring ways to create new and additional wealth in the country? And if so, what strategies do you propose?
Through the deviation employment module, maximum direct and indirect employment opportunities will generate. If a small organization will start, if the small or mid-scale organization will apply it, then it will be in some thousands. If one biggest organization or big industrialist will apply it, it will be impact in a more than 50,000 or 100,000. And if the maximum industries will apply it, it will be transformed in millions. So what happened because of it? What will happen because of it? New and additional wealth will be created within a country, and because of that creation of the wealth, the country's domestic market will become very stronger than ever in the past. And last impact of it, the standard of living of our country's people will be rise. Maximum people standard of living of our country people will be rise very fast. They can fulfill their basic needs, and they'll have the purchasing power in their hand for consuming more goods and services.
How do you think the government can benefit from increased employment opportunities and revenue growth within an organization?
Government can collect fair direct and indirect taxes from the maximum people. I hope, madam, you also know that in our country, highly 5% people are paying their income tax.
Yeah.
And also, those people who don't have their real income on the paper, they are escaping from the giving tax according to their income. So this module will be increase those 5% in nearby 12 to 15% of the country within next 3 to 5 years.
Okay.
Within next 3 years. So if 5% will rise from more than not 15, if the indirect employment sources will also rise according to that, then that number will go nearby 25%. Out of 100, if 25% will be taxpayer, it will be better for the government as well as for our economy. And ground level benefits the people will enjoy. And they will overcome from the unemployment and poverty.
Are you interested in exploring ways to support government initiatives for public welfare and development?
If maximum people will employ and some people will start their indirect income sources, what is a better public welfare more than this? and government burden, as well as government burden to spend the money for poor people, as well as allocated capital for the development work will be rise. Government burden will be decreased from spending a lot of money to the poor people will decrease, and funds for the development work will be rise, especially like infrastructural funds.
How do you think your organization can contribute to the government's efforts to control inflation and trade deficit?
If government will take a fair taxes, here the fair words belongs to the level of income of any person. According to their income, government will impose the taxes on people, and government will collect the taxes. See, because of my employment module, maximum taxpayer will be there in maximum taxpayer will be rise in the market. If government will collect fair taxes from maximum people, then government will have a multiple other resources instead of petrol, diesel and petroleum products. As we know that what is the actual price of petroleum product. Someone is saying 30 rupees per liter, someone is saying 35 rupees per liter. But actually, on what rate we are getting the petrol and diesel today? Nearby 100 rupees per liter.
Yeah.
So more than 70% tax is there on these products. From my module, whatever direct and indirect employment will generate, those people will pay the tax to the government, and that amount will be massive. As that amount will be as large as government is collecting tax from petrol and diesel, or might be more than it. If the employment will rise rapidly because of deviation, then that amount will be more than it. So it will force the government to decrease the rate of petrol, diesel, CNG and other petroleum products. And we know very well that these prices are closely related to the inflation. If this product price is rising every month or every quarter, then inflation is also rising. And if this product's price is decreasing, then inflation is under control. Second thing, if you will check the report, Indian government is spending maximum money to import the petrol and diesel in their trade. The main reason of trade deficit is Indian government is paying maximum money for importing petrol and petroleum products. Because of my employment module, they have other direct and indirect from other indirect and indirect resources, income resources, they'll collect the large amount of tax. So trade deficit will be also decrease because of it.
What criteria do you use when evaluating potential investments or opportunities?
Multiple income sources for the employer. Like as I just told you, facility like defense. Canteen facility will give the advance income source to the employer before his product will reach to the money. Apart from canteen, he can also start the group many insurance as well as many other facilities, many other benefits to the employees, and that amount employer must deduct from the salary of employee.
Okay.
So that income will also transform in the hand of employer.
Okay.
And as we know that if we are purchasing anything in a mass level, if I'll go in a market and purchase one pen, that price is 10 rupees.
Yeah.
So shopkeeper will take me 10 rupees of that pen. Shopkeeper will charge 10 rupees for that pen. But if I'll go in the market, I'll ask him that I want 100 pens. Definitely will decrease the price.
Yeah.
That shopkeeper will decrease the price. Why decrease the price? Because I take the quantity in 100. Exactly like that, whatever things the employee will purchase, from goods till to the services, he will purchase at mass level for his employees. So it will be definitely cheaper for him. So the difference between he will charge for the employees and he will purchase from the producer or service provider, that difference will be his income. Apart from his future income, he will get the advance capital in his hand.
Okay.
And because of that, employer not need to take any loan from bank or any financial institution. That money will survive his lot of efforts as well as lot of tension regarding the allocation of capital.
How do you currently measure return on investment, and what metrics do you use to evaluate success?
The first thing is, again and again I'm pressurizing on this thing, the job duration will be fixed for 2 years. Or for all the employees, the job duration will be for 2 years. So relief for the employer is he don't have any burden to give them a regular or permanent job. So he will be tension free. After 2 years, that employee performance is according to the expectation of employer, we will continue him on new duration. Otherwise, that contract will be over. And currently, the government of India is also approaching that don't give a permanent job, give the job on deputation. 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. And for employees, the job security is for fixed term to them. So they will be also prepared for their future. Instead of 3 months and 6 months, 2 years is fair duration for any employee to identify his capability, skill as well as efforts. And for employer also, it is a comfortable duration to analyze the employee's overall performance. In this country is a economy and government is controlling the circular flow of money in this country, right?
Right.
Employer will also have a small economy within his organization and he will control over the maximum things which are incoming and outgoing from that organization. So ultimately the circular flow of money will be go in the hands of employer because of my module.
So my last question to you is, are you interested in exploring ways to transform affordable capital investment into maximum ROI?
In my module, employer have to do maximum investment in first 2 years only. So what will happen because of it? Let me express the formula. Maximum production of goods and services will be there. His group of customers are already in market, so he can do maximum sale. Might be new customers will join that group. Might be new customer will increase in his market. So his market share will increase. After that, definite maximum profit will be there. If maximum goods production is there, maximum sale is there, if high sales are there, then definite maximum profit will be there. This will make a capital allocation for him. He not need to find for the investor. So he will have a less need to find for the investor because he will allocate the capital because of it. And this thing will give him a competitive price advantage on his competitors. Afterwards, fixed customer group in market, he can create his fixed customer group in market and satisfying level of profit margin over production cost. If any businessman want to run his business or industrialist want to expand his empire, then they are using only one formula. Their production cost must be lower than their profit margin. If production overall cost will be low and profit margin will be high, then only they can run their business for long term or they can think about to proceed to the next level. If production cost is more than profit margin, then the business will be in loss. Always uplift the profit margin, or always decrease the production cost compared to the profit margin.
Okay.
Finally, overall advantages of mass trading. As I told you, he will have a small economy within his organization. Benefits of mass trading he will enjoy and maximum things will be in his favor. And that circular compound interest of his own investment he will enjoy. Do you know about Public Provident Fund scheme? Public Provident Fund, PPF is one scheme is there.
Yeah.
So in that the compound interest concept is there. So like that, in that concept, first we are investing principal amount. Next year we are getting interest on it.
Interest.
Second year, we are getting the interest on principal amount plus interest. That means suppose I invested 50,000 in PPF. So in first year I'll get 5,000 rupees interest for my 50,000 investment. But in second year, that amount will be 55,000 of course.
Yeah.
So instead of 50,000, I'll get the interest on 55,000 rupees. So this kind of benefit, the employer will also enjoy if he or she will implement my module in their organization. And finally, they'll increase the share of their their market share, profit and number of customers. And finally, this will impact in the trend setter or leader of that sector for the employer. I hope that I'll get one industrial client or a business owner who want to apply my module and will get the maximum benefit in his business and generate more employment for the country, direct and indirect resources of employment for the country. Thank you.
So I think this interview is going to help a lot of viewers to keep up with their exploring new innovative ideas. Thank you so much for joining us today and thank you so much for such an insightful interview.